Hello there, and you're very welcome to another episode of the Arkham Avengers Fantasy Football Premier League podcast. You join me, the host, along with Eamon and Hector, and we're going to have a look and review how the 2021-22 season went for our managers. And however, we'll be talking about a lot more also. Eamon, Hector, it's very nice of you to be back this week. How are we doing?
Not too bad, I have to say. I had an opportunity to read some of my books, or to start reading them at the moment, and the weather has been somewhat nice. And I was going to sit out in the garden and enjoy the sunshine. A little bit breezy. You need to have a blanket or shawl draped around you there. Look, I'm adjusting. I have to say, it's a little bit quiet. I feel something's missing when there's no football, but I'm surviving. I'm managing.
Hector? I like Eamon, it's quiet. I went down with friends and they were putting stuff in the bog. They were standing these clay things up there, and I think they were footing them, as they were footing turf. Turf, I take it, Hector. Turf. They don't call it turf. They called it peat, and because he says we're going down to the bog to stand up the peat, and I thought that maybe one of your friends needed a little help or something, and then when they brought me down here, I tell you something, my back was sore the next day, very sore, but I'm doing well and fine. And then it started raining, so we go back there, and they said it's too wet to go in here. They're hoping to get another fine day or two. And I know too much. I called around to Eamon's house, but he was not in. Or maybe it's the case he wasn't answering. Eamon?
I don't recall hearing the doorbell ring. I could have probably been out. I might have been having an afternoon siesta.
So you could have been in Eamon when I knocked. I call around on Monday when we should catch up, have a cup of tea with that.
I think I'm going to be out on Monday.
Call around on Tuesday, so.
Tuesday I have an appointment.
All right, so I come around on Wednesday, so.
I'll be in touch with you, Hector, on that, okay?
All right, yeah, no bother. As I said, just a cup of tea, yeah. I bring around some of those bunny hookies and things.
Okay.
Well, lads, okay, so there's no football. Everything has gone quiet here at the moment. There is a bit of a lull. Question is, what do we do now?
I thought we were going to review some of the teams.
Indeed, we are. We're going to take a look at the top three teams. Just a short review to see how they got on, what was happening with them there. I think we'll find this a little bit interesting. Sorry, KDB, if we take a look at their team in game week 1, they had a goalkeeper, Sanchez. Their defence consisted of Alexander Arnold, Tsimikas, Shaw. They had Salah, Fernandez, Mahrez, Benrahma, Antonio, Tony and Wilson up front. They managed to haul in 104 points in game week 1, and Salah was their captain. He got 34 points. If we take a look at the team in game week 38, their goalkeeper was Pope. Alexander Arnold is still there. Denier is there. Robertson is there. They have Saka, Mount, Maddison, Son, Luis Diaz, Kane and Pukki. Game week points for game week 38 were 75. And they had Son as captain, 24 points. So clearly, Alexander Arnold was the only player that KDB felt was worthwhile holding on to.
But really, you wouldn't hold on to many of the rest of them, I had to say. Perhaps I think Antonio might have been, Salah was there, but, look, he was injured, not much. The donkey Fernandez certainly wouldn't do that.
I thought it was quite interesting. Now, they had, for the whole season, a total of 67 transfers. The transfer costs were 140 points. Wow, that's a lot of points. 140 points.
It's quite a lot. It's shockingly high.
I thought that as well. It's a lot, isn't it? It's a big gamble. Imagine if they had that 140 points, or even 100 of that 40 points. They'd have ended up higher in the league. Overall, that is.
Yes, but hold on a second. He made transfers to bring players in to get points. If he didn't make some of those transfers, he may not have had the players coming in to get him the points that won him the league here in the first place.
Eamon, valid point, Eamon. We'll take that. Their best run was from game week 4 to game week 9. They had a 6-week run where they were rising in the league. Just a notice on that. Game week 11 to game week 15, they had another run of 5 weeks there. Their worst run was in game week 23 to 25, where they dropped 3 weeks
in a row. So that's their KDB. If we have a look at Tobogger 6 now, their game week team, or game week 1, goalkeeper was Sanchez. They had White, Alexander-Arnold, Shaw, Simicast was there as well. Gundogan was there, Fernandez, Salah, Greenwood, Ings, and Antonio. Salah was our captain, got them 34 points. They had a total game week 1 points of 100. We take a look at game week 38. Their goalkeeper was Ramsdale. Alexander-Arnold was still there. They had James, Cancelo, Son, Gordon, Kulusevski, Saka, Tony, Watkins, and Kane. And Son was their captain for 24 points. So again, Alexander-Arnold is a key linchpin from game week 1 to game week 38. Yeah, you mentioned Gundogan there, and strangely, he didn't feature really a lot this season, which was a pity. I thought he was very good last season, and a shame there. And very, a good player. It'd be interesting to see, does he stay at Man City or will he move? Now, of course, they had a total of 84 points in game week 38, and they used a bench boost to get a bit of assistance there. For the season, they had a total of 42 transfers, and they cost 40 points. That's a big difference, isn't it? 42 transfers. The other guy had 67 and it's 100 points in it. We double checked the figures on this, Eamon, and everything is coming in. Tobogger 6 had a run from game week 10 to game week 13 of 4 weeks when they were on the rise. So that was their best run. Now, their worst run is game week 22 to game week 25. 4 weeks on the drop. It's also followed by game week 34 to game week 37. Another 4 weeks on the drop. That's 8 weeks there. That is going to hurt. It's going to smart, isn't it, Eamon? Well, they came in second, so it did hurt. I think that's logical. Wouldn't you agree with that, Hector?
I would, yeah. Very much so. I'm just trying to think what happened to the Gundogan. He vanished. Maybe he do magic thing.
But then if we look at Lafayette Lions, now in game week 2, they missed game week 1. Let's remember this. Their goalkeeper was Rhea, Cresswell, Perea, Duffy, Canos, Fernandez, Salah, Benrahma, Sarr was there, Lukaku, and Calvert-Lewin. Their captain for that week was Fernandez, 2 points. Not Gebers a donkey. And they had a total game week of 58. If we switch then to game week 38, their goalkeeper was De Gea, they had Robinson, Davies, Rudiger, Maddison, Bowen, Son, Rafinha, Zaha, Watkins, and St. Maxim. Their captain there was Rafinha, who got 18 points, and their total points for game week 38 were 90. Nobody from game week 2 survived. They had a total of 52 transfers this season. It cost them 80 points. Okay. And the best run that they had when they were on the rise in the Arkham Avengers Fantasy Football Premier League was game week 4 to game week 12. 9 weeks they were on the rise. That's impressive. That is impressive. I told you this manager was good. And did they have a bad week or any run? They did. Game week 21 to game week 35. Dropped 5 weeks. Okay. You think possibly maybe there was like a little overlap between Toboggers and Lafayette there. Both of them going down. But for 2 of those weeks there, yeah. If Lafayette hadn't dropped down, perhaps maybe they might have closed the gap a little bit on Toboggers. Hard to say, of course. We're speculating here. Indeed, we are. So let's look at the 3 teams there. We might have a look at the rest of the top 10. I don't think, Eamon, there's much point in us having a look at 11 down to the bottom of the table. So we'll just stick with the top 10 at that. I think you're wise on that. You don't want to bore the listeners altogether with that. All right, okay. That's it, lads. It's a short show this week. Are we doing anything interesting happening here? Anybody been to the movies or cinema or anything like that?
No, but I tell you something. I found a great show on TV. It's and I'm really enjoying it. It's Britain Wants Talent show.
No, it's Britain's Got Talent.
They have? Oh, anyway. Yeah, there was a talking chicken on there. I thought it was very funny.
So you're into the talent show now, Hector. No more sports for you?
Oh, well, I have a look on TV, and I also saw some program called the Dairy Ladies.
I think you mean Dairy Girls?
Yeah, that's it. I don't understand some of the words they speak. I got confused. There was one in the episode, the older guy, the the older guy. He's not the fella called the Jerry. I think he's Joe. Okay. And he say, who put 50p in the Aegis? What does this mean? Eamon, you'd like to take this one?
That's very nice of you. Thank you for that. Okay. How would I put this? I suppose, Hector, we could apply this to you some of the time.
Why, sorry, what do you mean?
Look, this is a saying. When somebody decides to pipe up and say something completely rubbish, this is a saying that would be spoken out about them there.
So nothing to do with electric meters or anything like that?
Something. I think somebody's put 50 pence into Hector. Huh? I'm moving along swiftly. By the way, lads, do you have any suggestions for your upcoming movie night? Or am I selecting the movie for you? Hold on a moment. Surely this isn't going ahead. Our listeners have spoken, Eamon. They want the movie night.
They've spoken? When? I know I heard them speaking here.
All I'm saying here now is put your thinking caps on and have a couple of suggestions for your movies for next week. I hope I'm going to a neutral venue. What about Captain Fantastical Mick? There's been no mention of him here at all. He texted to say he couldn't make it this week, but he's hoping to be around next week. That was it. Pretty vague. I think he's off watching a football match someplace. That's well for him. You could have sent a text to me.
Well, you were also sent it. Actually, he sent text to me.
You got a text from Captain Fantastical Mick. What did you get?
He was saying, he texted me during the week saying, why interested to see a match is Ukraine versus Scotland. And he was down with Pete. I get a chance to message him back, and then I think it's too late.
Well, isn't that just typical? You get a chance, an opportunity to watch a football match. Doesn't matter where it is. He's not bothered taking it up. Well, Hector, I think somebody needs to put another 50 pence into you. What? Okay, lads. Thanks for dropping in. As I said, it's a short show, but I'm hoping that next week might be a little bit longer, especially when we discuss what movies you've selected. I'm really not looking forward to this at all. This is torturous, so it is. Eamon, we give what the listeners want. That's it. Oh, sweet mother of mercy. Okay. Thanks, lads, for dropping in. Enjoy the rest of the week and have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next week. And listeners, just like to thank you for joining us today. Hope that you're all well and everything is good with you. By the way, if you do want to get in touch with the show, if you have any comments, any suggestions for what the lads can get up to, you can contact us on Twitter. We're Arkham Avengers FFPL. We're on Facebook also. Or you can email us at arkhamavengers@gmail.com. And just leaves me to say good morning to you, good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night wherever you are in the world. I hope that you have a good day, and I hope the rest of the week is good for you. And do mind yourselves, take care, and we'll be back.